locally. If we're not talking about the NFL playoffs, the Suns had one game over the weekend. It was Sunday night against Portland. We'll talk about that coming up in a bit. They got a big one tonight coming up against the Kings.
That's a big one.
That we'll preview. And it's a big game tonight.
It's going to
have a lot of attention on it. But there's no doubt locally, the top story in the state of Arizona, if you want to hit zoom out, is that Jedd Fisch is leaving the University of Arizona football program and heading up to Washington.
Man, how the dominoes fell with Saban leaving and then DeBoer going there, and then Washington opens, and the next thing you know, we're all looking at a video of the Washington AD knocking on the door. They're videoing it. He walks in the house, and Jedd Fisch is signing a contract to be the next coach of the Washington Huskies, and he's taking everybody with him.
Well, at least all the coaches,
a plane.
Pretty much, at least all the coaches.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was getting on all that offense. So they were all on a plane going over there. And listen, there's a lot of emotions. Right now, a lot of people feel slighted, betrayed by Jedd Fisch because he was on the Jim Rome show saying that he's happy they're working on a contract. He's not going anywhere. I'm going to say this because I've been waiting for this for 28 years. For 28 years, I have said, I cannot wait for a time when an Arizona coach leaves because he did so well at his job that somebody else wants him. So I'm not going to go down that road now and be a hypocrite. I'm shocked at some of the U of A people. He delivered you a magical season. You won 10 games. Mm-hmm. You played Oklahoma in the Alamo Bowl. You won. You won 7 games in a row to end the season. I mean, it's a lot better than what you had with Kevin Sumlin, John Malkovich, Rich Rod, Mike Stoops. Like, that, it is what it is. He left for a better job, and he doubled his salary. There's nothing wrong with that. Does it suck? Yeah, it sucks. He's taking everybody with him. He's probably going to take the quarterback and the wide receiver, too, and it's going to be worse. But this is what I've always wanted. Instead of a coach getting fired, every Arizona State and Arizona coach has been fired because they didn't do a good job. This is the first time in my lifetime here that somebody left because they were really good at their job. They were really, really good at their job, and a bigger program wanted them. So to me, I get why everybody's upset. Man, he delivered you a season that will be remembered for a long time. A 10-win season.
Now, okay, just one quick thing, and I'm not trying to minimize what you just said because I do want to talk about it, but just as a matter of getting this information out there, Dennis Dodd of CBS Sports tweeted out late this morning that he's hearing that Noah Fifita and McMillan are staying at Arizona.
That would be great.
So they might not go, and
that would be great news.
The athletic director at Arizona kind of met with the players and said, look, we're going to have, and by the way, it's official, Brett Donner, he is the coach.
Yes,
the San Jose
State guy.
They just announced it a moment ago that he
a good hire.
Signed a deal, and he is a guy who was a finalist for the job when they hired Fisch a couple of years ago. But it is done. Brett Dornan's got the job. But the athletic director kind of held a meeting with the players, said, just don't transfer yet. Just hold on. Just give us
we're going to get a guy.
Give us a minute. We're going to get a guy, and before you make a decision, at least let us pitch you on staying with the new guy, and at least what Dennis Dodd reported a little bit ago.
If Fifita and McMillan stay, everybody stays. Now, the running back left. They had a really good running back
left. And most of the coaches are going with Fisch to Washington.
But Fifita was the key to everything. Fifita was the key to all of those kids coming. So if he stays, that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
To your point, I know you've said this a lot about both ESU and U of A for a long, long time about, like John Cooper was the last one to really do it at ASU. Larry Smith was really kind of the last one to do it at U of A. I mean, you're going back to the 80s. The last time that two coaches were good enough. Now, Lute, to his credit, he never did it. And Kentucky wanted him, and there was an opportunity for him to leave, and he liked what he was building. He liked what he was constructing at U of A, and he didn't want to leave it. He was the one guy who kind of bucked the trend and didn't. And again, this was a long time ago, but Lute chose to stay when he probably had an opportunity to leave for a program that had bluer blood than Arizona did at the time. I think it's the way Fisch did it that's got everybody
snake in the grass.
I mean,
con man.
He goes on Rome's show. Oh no, I'm not leaving. He goes on his national media tour. I love it here. Why? My wife. I've moved her 12 times in the last 12 years. I just can't do that to her again. We got a team that could win the Big 12 championship, right? I mean, just the the cover up after the cover up after the cover up. And I think I don't think anybody begrudges anybody in any profession for leaving when you got an opportunity to double your salary.
No.
That's life. I wouldn't begrudge anybody in this building for leaving to take another job in which their salary was doubled. We've had it happen to us, right? On various, it happens. It's life. But when you tell everyone to their face, oh no, man, I love it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay. This is great. That's what leaves people feeling like crap. That's what people, and
17 years ago, I left to come to this station.
Yeah.
Okay. Got an offer I couldn't refuse. I came here.
But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with it.
As long as you're not lying through your teeth on the way out the door.
Right.
That's when it becomes personal.
What if I said, what is he supposed to say to you? What is he supposed to say?
He's supposed to not be so passionate about staying. He's supposed to honestly say things that make me think, "Ooh, gosh, he might leave." Coaches do that.
Like
they're vague.
I mean,
they're
like you
vague.
can never say never, but like I love this job. I love what we've built here. I owe it to myself to listen if somebody knocks on the door.
See, you just said it.
Okay.
How hard was that? How hard was that? Because at least
that's what I would have done.
There's at least some intellectual honesty in there.
But does that put doubt in players' minds? You got to make the players believe that you're staying. You're recruiting guys. You got the portal going. A kid here's, I don't know, Fisch preaches all this loyalty and everything, and I just heard him on a radio show say that you got to keep the door open if somebody calls.
And that's why when a coach does this, players should have every right to go, peace out, see ya, I'm leaving. Because the coach said he was staying and he's not. And if he's got the right to do it, I've got the right to do it. And if he's going to go, I should be able to go. And that's that. And I'm very happy to see college football, college sports has evolved to the point where the coach takes off. Man, if he can do it, I can do it. If he's allowed, I'm allowed. I'm out of here. See you later.
I saw on social media people like, I wish Fisch had never come here. Really? You made it to the freaking Alamo Bowl. You were top 15 in the country. You guys won a lot of games this year. You beat Oklahoma in a bowl game. Like, you really wish that he had never come? So what? So you won 5 games? Like, yes, it sucks right now, but like, man, that guy came here and turned that program around in a New York second.
New York minute.
New York minute. Turned it around in a New York minute.
That's all right. You're from New York. Of all the things I would have expected you to know,
of all the things to get wrong,
I figured that one was in the bank. I didn't think we had to worry about that one.
Jeez.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.